These days there's a lot of talk about healthily managing our emotions, where the goal isn't to eliminate negative feelings, but to be able to accommodate them. And although this is probably a step along the way, I am an idealist at heart, and I do believe that it is possible to not have to accommodate negative feelings all that much. And in my experience, the most decisive way to end up knowing what to do is to actually do something. So today, here are 10 easy and practical daily healthy habits for a better you. 1. Oil/moisturize. It seems as a human male, circumstantially, I have grown up with nearly no appreciation for skincare. But I do think moisturizing is important for longevity. Every night after I shower, I apply an oil to my face and coconut oil to the rest of my body. Both oils are natural and inexpensive and don't support any cosmetic companies. But this makes me feel and look healthier. I should have probably been doing this a long time ago, because neglect of the body really compounds over time, and that makes it harder to serve others and live a meaningful life. 2. Always sunscreen during daylight hours. Sun exposure will weather you, and it poses a serious health risk. From what I understand, the most responsible decision is to wear some sunscreen every time you're out in peak daylight hours, not just when you're at the beach. 3. 5:30 a.m. Going to sleep early and waking up early. I'm more productive if I wake up early. And personally, I tend to be healthier too. If I stay up late, I sometimes start thinking that I'm becoming more creative. But that's actually not true. And the habit altogether is also never sustainable. The better me, and perhaps the better you, is definitely the one that is put together enough to go to sleep on time and wakes up at 5:30 a.m. Get life happening on your concept of time, not capitalism's 9 to 5. 4. Make healthy eating choices. Vegan ethics aside for another video, you are what you consume, and your well-being is definitely connected to what you eat. So even if this doesn't make you eat whole food plant-based overnight, you should have an honest look at what you're putting into your mouth and into your body. Because a lot of food out there is bad for your health, bad for your headspace, and becomes nothing more for you than waste. When it comes to this topic, I wish I'd left my cynicism aside a lot sooner, because there is so much more to be gained by starting to experiment here than mentally griping about it. As much as I appreciate meditation, eating whole food plant-based would be my first suggestion for people who want to glow up. 5. Move. My latest scientific reading suggests that we should be striving to be in almost a constant state of movement throughout the day. But unfortunately, I can think of so many lifestyles where one doesn't move at all. Movement is essential. If you care about your loved ones or self, my new thinking is that although it's probably ignorance, it's actually irresponsible to not move your body every day. Do some form of stretching and mobility exercises. Go for walks and do some kind of movement that is dynamic or explorative, fun, and some degree of challenging. Ideally, all in the same day. 6. Hydrate with water and tea. Although you might be on some personal journey, the end game to the one about what you should drink for the benefit of yourself and those around you is ultimately that every other drink except water is irrelevant. You can keep your body and its functions happier by regularly drinking water throughout the entire day. 7. Laugh, dance, touch. It's good to remember that these things make our lives vibrant. These things make our lives the best. I want to laugh uncontrollably every day. Nothing in this life should ever be serious in a confining way. Life should often be seen as ridiculous and hilarious for how serious it can become. I mean, when was the last time you laughed for some reason and then felt free and spacious enough to continue laughing simply because it feels nice to laugh? How serious and caught up have you become? I put on music and I dance every day. 8. Technology sucks. Take a break from technology. Go be in the physical world. Read good stuff. Be in the same room as friends. Play and talk. Check in and be present with people. Examine and experiment with this mystery of consciousness together. 9. Cultivating peace by meditating, reflecting, breathing. Here's the most simple and effective meditation technique for you. Pick a sensation and then for an allotted time, simply do not lose awareness of it. Thoughts can come, but if you forget the sensation, return to it. Eventually, you can become much clearer about what it means to be present. On cultivating peace through reflection, there's so many ways to do it, and I talk about a fair few in this video. On breathing, at night in bed together, my partner and I first take a couple of deep breaths to let go, focus, and find some capacity. We then breathe in for a count of 10, hold, and then we exhale, humming an om sound. And as we do this, we play with the harmony that it creates. Although we started this exercise as a breathing exercise, We both really like it because it's an intimate and loving exercise too. 10. Declutter for clarity. The problem we identify in meditation is that we will never be happy because we are stuck in this compulsive habit of thinking. In every moment we find ourselves never arriving, being distracted by other things entirely, or thinking, what about this? How can it be better? It isn't enough. What if we were like this instead? And so on. We never take the present moment for what it actually is. And the scary thing is, for the most part, we don't even know we're stuck in this, because our lives are constructed out of that much chaos and noise. People literally don't know what they're doing and they celebrate it. I see and hear people express this. You know what's funny is you grow up thinking other people have it all figured out, but then when you get older, you realize everyone's just making it up as they go along. I'm sure this sentiment feels accurate for some, but I personally find this admission unsettling and see it as a failing. It's a failure to come to any real insights about the conditions and realities of one's existence, of which there are indeed some, that can lead you to make so much more out of life than resignation. To live a life that feels like a celebration, to live a life that is a celebration, and to be content. Start by decluttering your life in order to find some clarity and insight. Whether it's a room, your physical or mental self, consumer products, or people in your life, declutter something today so that the sublime can fill that space. I want to say a tremendous thank you to my Patreons for supporting me, and an extra special thank you as well to those of you who have supported my work through booking one-on-ones. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you the week after next.